Hi you guys, I'm Chhavi Mittal and today I'm going to be taking you through my journey of motherhood. So I have seen many parents who have 2 kids and I've always wondered ये लोग मॉल क्यों नहीं जाते, ये लोग पार्टी क्यों नहीं करते, ये लोग बाहर क्यों नहीं जाते, हम जब इन्हें घर पे इनवाइट करते हैं, why don't they come? Now I can completely relate to them because life changes so much after 2 babies. It is not the same to have one and it is not the same to have 1 or 2 babies because it's मतलब दोनों चीज़ें इतनी अलग हैं. एक बच्चे को हैंडल करना बहुत आसान होता है. Now I can say that, but 2 babies means you have to make a routine in your life as per the first baby, then as per the second baby, and there's really hardly any time left for yourself. So yes, life is really tough after 2 babies. So I feel, and I've seen in my experience, that when a little baby is born, a lot of attention is given to the little baby. Everybody wants to see the baby, everybody wants to get gifts for the baby, everybody wants to hold the baby, and people generally tend to forget the mother. So I feel that I want to do my best and whatever I can to empower the mothers out there, because I feel mothers get really neglected. Not only do others neglect mothers, but mothers themselves tend to neglect themselves. So मुझे लगता है that if the mother is happy, then the baby is going to be happier, and a baby can always sense if the mother is tensed or if the mother is unhappy. So what is it that the mother needs to do to stay happy? What I do is I find little moments through the day to do things that make me happy. I would sometimes just have a just have a pick-me-up drink, like a cold coffee or something to make me happy, or I would just I'd done a social media post about it also. I'd just go in front of the mirror and just do my hair. It makes me really happy, gives me 10 minutes break and I feel, wow, I look amazing. Or I'll just put bright red lipstick and sit at home with my baby. So yeah, little things to make yourself happy is also important. And yes, the most important thing in my life which makes me happy, which makes me feel independent, and which makes me feel worthwhile is my work. So I love coming to office, and there are days when I get Aram with me to office. Although I try not to get him to office because I feel it's very unfair to him. He's comfortable at home in his own room, so I don't like to do that on a regular basis. So I take out a few hours in a day where I leave a feed for him at home, and I quickly come to office, and it gives me a good 5-6 hours to work, and it gives me a change, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something in my life. So my daughter is a darling. Ariza is such a darling, and she sometimes amazes me with her maturity level, and sometimes I feel I am so immature, and look at this 6-year-old girl, she understands things so beautifully. So there are times when I'll give you an example. Like recently, Arham was sleeping in his cot, and his door was closed, and I was outside with Ariza, and the baby monitor was on, the video baby monitor where we were watching him, and I had to go to the loo. And there was nobody else at home. So I gave Ariza the responsibility that if Aram wakes up, go to his room and just calm him down. And my God, she did such a beautiful job of it. She did not get up from in front of that baby monitor. She just kept sitting, and she was very disappointed when I came out of the loo that, oh mama, he didn't wake up. I really wanted to go and shush him. So yeah, she does that. And sometimes in the mornings, I'd send her to Aram's room to wake him up. And she and Aram, they really bond with each other. And when she comes back from school, Aram has this big smile on his face looking at her. And these are moments which are just so beautiful. But yeah, there are times when Ariza says that, why is he getting this? Why am I not getting it? A car seat, for example. She was very upset that Aram is getting a car seat and I'm not. So we do have our struggles where we explain to her that, you had a car seat when you were of that age, and now you have a lot of other things which Aram doesn't. So yeah, that struggle keeps going on, but all in all, I think Ariza is a beautiful, adorable elder sister, and she's totally the part. So I'll tell you, recently there was the World Breastfeeding Week going on. and yes, there were a lot of articles written about breastfeeding. There were a lot of social media posts. The hashtag was trending, and all that was going on. Breastfeeding is a beautiful thing for a mother and a baby because it develops a bond between them, a bond which is very, very hard to break. And I think that whole, those few minutes, those 20-25 minutes when you're sitting and breastfeeding your baby, I like to make that time very calm. I like to keep my phone away. I like to keep everybody out of the room. I like to sit in my own peaceful zone and feed the baby because I feel that is the time we are really bonding. But yes, there are many times when we have to step out with the baby, and public breastfeeding is something which should be very acceptable, because if you're allowed to smoke in public, if you're allowed to drink in public, people abuse in public, people do all sorts of things in public, why not breastfeeding? I think it's the most beautiful and natural thing to do. All of us have breastfed at some point in our lives, and all the women breastfeed at some point in their lives. So, you know, it's the most natural thing which we all have experienced. So why shy away from it, is what I feel. Having said that, I think a lot of importance is given to breastfeeding, and there are, I personally get a lot of messages on my socials where mothers ask me that how are you able to exclusively breastfeed? I'm not able to exclusively breastfeed. I have this problem, I have that problem, and is it okay to give top milk? And things like that. I feel that breastfeeding is important. Yes, it is very important, and for the first 6 months of a baby's life, you should ideally try to breastfeed exclusively. But please, mothers, do not stress out, do not stress yourselves if you're not being able to exclusively breastfeed. And 1 or 2 top feeds here and there, I'm completely for it. And I think, like I said before, it's important for a mother to be happy and satisfied herself before she's able to do anything. If you're just going to keep stressing about breastfeeding, you'll never be able to produce enough milk to feed your baby. So I think that if you're able to make a routine for your babies, everything else falls into place. So my routine is very, very fixed. I wake up Arham every morning at 6:45 a.m. and I know it may sound counterproductive, but because I wake him up at 6:45 every morning, he goes to sleep at 7 p.m. every evening. So 7 p.m. ke baad, Arham is asleep. Ariza has school, so I put her to bed at 8 p.m. and after 8 p.m. me and Mohit, it's our time, and we also like to sleep early because Arham still wakes up in the nights for night feeds. So, but at least from 8 to 9, it's Mohit and my time. We still haven't started stepping out. We still haven't started going on dates. But yes, we do come to office, and that's also our time, you know. So we are pretty good there. Guys, this is Chhavi Mittal, and you're watching me on timesofIndia.com.